Good afternoon, passengers. This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome everyone aboard this podcast. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet and airspeed of 450 miles per hour. Weather is clear and sunny with a high at 75 degrees. The cabin crew will be coming around in about 20 minutes to offer you a light snack and beverage. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome aboard Pilot Error. I'm Tom Feeney, writer for Wang's Chop Movie Magazine. You may know me from such podcasts as The Deep Dive Podcast, The Deep Dive Microcast, Mysteries of the Deep, and Hollywood Hype. This is Pilot Error, where we tune in to TV shows that went belly up before their time. Slot. Archie Andrews, that lovable, non-threatening ginger teenager from Riverdale, made his comic book debut in the pages of Pep Comics number 22, dated December 1941. Yes, the same month that the United States formally entered World War II. Now, in his first appearance, Archie looks kind of like the old Howdy Doody marionette, and is far from the good-natured kid that he would become. He's a bit of a blustery show-off, trying to impress his new neighbor, the blonde Betty Cooper, with the help of his not-too-bright best friend, Jughead Jones. Archie was based on the popular film character Andy Hardy, which was played by child actor Mickey Rooney. Pep Comics was published by MLG Magazines. Founded in 1939, MLJ originally focused on superhero comics, including patriotic hero The Shield, with that character predating Captain America by several months. Now, The Shield is a fascinating character in his own right and may warrant an episode of his own one of these days. Created by writer Vic Bloom and artist Bob Montana, Archie became an all-American teenager whose stories centered on his friends, rivals, and romantic misadventures. The success of Archie led to the character getting his own title in 1942, Archie Comics, which quickly became the company's most popular series. In 1946, the company officially changed its name to Archie Comics to reflect the character's dominance in its lineup. And throughout the 1940s and 1950s, Archie Comics expanded, introducing characters like on-again, off-again girlfriend Veronica Lodge, and the generally disagreeable Reggie Mantle, who both became staples of the Riverdale universe. With the continued success of the comics, it seemed inevitable that the characters would make the leap to other media. In the 1940s, radio was America's favorite form of home entertainment, and many popular comic book and comic strip characters were adapted for the medium. Superman, Little Orphan Annie, Popeye, and Dick Tracy had kids and adults alike tuned in every week. And yes, that included our friend Archie.
Hello?
Hello, Jughead. This is Archie. Come over right away. It's a matter of life or death.
Oh, relax, Archie, relax.
Yes, indeed, it's time for Archie Andrews, his family and his friends. Archie, Jug, Mom, Dad, Betty, Veronica, and all the gang in the little town of Riverdale. They're all familiar to millions of readers of Archie Comics magazine, and now they come to radio. So relax, folks, relax.
The Archie Andrews radio program lasted a decade from 1943 to 1953. It would be yet another decade until Archie and Friends had their first shot at TV stardom. A pilot titled Life with Archie, produced by Desilu, was filmed in 1962, starring Frank Bank as Archie. The pilot went unsold, and according to Mr. Bank, it was because of another earlier role he was well known for. Bank played Lumpy Rutherford, the none-too-bright neighbor of Wally and Beaver Cleaver in the classic sitcom Leave It to Beaver. Bank believed that his association with that character led sponsors to pass on supporting the pilot. Now that's understandable, since Bank looked and sounded nothing like what you'd imagine Archie should look and sound like. Now it didn't take long for producers to find a perfect Archie for a new TV pilot 2 years later. An unknown named John Simpson was tapped to star in the second pilot, and at least in my opinion, pretty much nailed it.
Archie!
Archie!
Archie! Archie! Archie!
Archie.
Archie! That's me!
Archie, never see you napping. Things begin to happen when you appear. Archie, what are you up to now? Archie, never see you waiting. You are percolating, always in gear. Archie, you really come on like wow. Wow!
Now, for reasons unknown, the second pilot also failed to get picked up as a series. It seemed as though live action was not the proper way to translate the spirit of the comics to the screen. If only there was a way to make those comic book drawings move as if they were somehow animated.
Everything's Archie. Archie's here. Betty's here. Veronica too. Reggie's here. Hey Jughead, where are you? We wanna dance and we wanna sing, have some fun and go adventuring. All our friends are here, but it ain't complete. We ain't the Archies without the Jughead beat. Whoa, Archie's here. Betty's here, Veronica too, Reggie's here. And here comes Jughead and Hot Dog too. So everything's Archie. Come on, let's go with the Archie Show.
Archie and the gang appeared in the first of what would be several animated series featuring the teens from Riverdale. Episodes of The Archie Show ran on the CBS network from 1968 to 1969. It was retooled into an hour-long show called The Archie Comedy Hour, and for the first time featured spin-off character Sabrina the Teenage Witch. In 1970, the show was reworked again and became Archie's Funhouse. Seems to be a pattern here. Now after that, every couple of years would see a new animated Archie show. And I use the word new here, but in reality, the production studio, Filmation, was notorious for saving money by reusing the same animation over and over and over again. So this meant we could enjoy new shows like Archie's TV Funnies, the new Archie and Sabrina Hour, and my personal favorite, The U.S. of Archie. Yes, look out, Schoolhouse Rock. Now you've got Archie, Jughead, Moose, and Mr. Weatherby teaching you all about American history, just in time for the country's bicentennial celebration in 1976. Now, it would be another decade until those lovable scamps came back to the world of animation, but we'll get back to that. The same year that the U.S. of Archie was trying to sneak actual learning into their show, another attempt to bring the red-headed teen to a third dimension came about. A live-action comedy special called, shockingly, Archie Comes to Life was produced and aired on ABC as one of their after-school specials. Now, because TV variety shows were still a thing in 1976, Archie Comes to Life was a weird blend of sitcom, music, and short sketches featuring the Riverdale crew. It didn't work. It was tried again in 1978 with the same cast and concept, but a much worse title, The Archie Situation Comedy Musical Variety Show. Well, guess what? That didn't work either. I guess America wasn't ready for Disco Archie and his buddy Jughead. But maybe the radical 1980s would be a better fit. I mean, can you picture a totally awesome Archie on a skateboard hanging out with his buds at the local video rental store / cafe? You know where I'm going with this, right? Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
We're the Archies in a brand new show. We're gonna take it through the highs and lows. Loving and living, that's how it goes. So let me be your best friend. I'll always lend you a helping hand. Give me that love I know.
The New Archies debuted in 1987 from Deke Animation. The style could be described as Teenage Mutant Cabbage Patch Rugrats. It lasted one season. Bummer, dude. We now enter the 1990s, the last great decade. The decade that gave us the good seasons of The Simpsons, Space Jam, Nirvana, Game Boys, Furbies, and the greatest invention of all time, Super Soakers. It also gave us yet another attempt at a live-action Archie series.
America's classic comic book,
Archie,
comes to life.
See how the characters you grew up with have grown up too.
And boy, have they changed.
Waka waka. It's Jughead.
Aw, honey. Veronica.
Hello, Archie. Betty.
Archie. And Archie.
In their class reunion.
To Riverdale.
And back again Sunday.
Archie, To Riverdale and Back Again was a 1990 TV movie that was meant to be a potential pilot for a new series. The movie was set 15 years after Archie graduated from Riverdale High. Now, Archie's a successful lawyer, and he comes back home for his high school reunion. Veronica has been married several times to several rich sugar daddies. Betty stayed in Riverdale and became a grade school teacher, and Jughead is a single dad, and Reggie owns a car dealership and a gym. Now, of course, there are shenanigans and goings on, but at the end, everyone decides to stay friends and stay in Riverdale. All in all, a very inoffensive 90 minutes of television and a few risque jokes to keep viewers from falling asleep. Now, the TV movie, which aired during the May ratings period, did okay with both viewers and critics, but it wasn't enough to warrant being greenlit to a series. Before the decade ended, however, there was one final attempt, at least for now, at an animated Archie series.
Attack of the Killer Spuds! Something is taking over Riverdale, one teenager at a time, and it's turning them into zombies! Can Archie save his friends from this ghastly doom? Attack of the Killer Spuds!
What's that sound? Archie! What is going on in this town? Archie! Who is gonna crack the case? Archie! That redhead with the freckled face? Archie!
Things are getting weird in Riverdale. Hey, what's that sound? Archie's whispering. What is going on in the sound? Archie's whispering. Archie, Reggie, Veronica, Peggy. Shaggy too. Where? Archie's weird mysteries.
Archie's Weird Mysteries answers the burning question: what if you took Scooby-Doo and the gang and replaced them with, well, Archie and his friends? You get the idea. Archie's Weird Mysteries had the Riverdalians dealing with actual aliens, black magic, vampires, ghosts, and time travel. Now, believe it or not, Archie's Weird Mysteries was a pretty good show, successfully blending comedy, sci-fi, and horror. It lasted 40 episodes, all of which are now available on Prime Video and Tubi if you want to check them out. Now, earlier I mentioned that another Archie Comics character joined the freckled redhead during its initial run as an animated series. Sabrina the Teenage Witch first appeared in the Archie Comics way back in 1962 and got her own comic book in 1971 to coincide with her animated series. Now, most remember the live-action sitcom starring Melissa Joan Hart that aired from 1996 to 2003, spanning 7 seasons. The character has made numerous appearances in other shows, both animated and live-action, including her own spin-off from
Tonight. Riverdale is the best new drama of the season. And there's more? Much more.
Hashtag Riverdale Strong.
Riverdale, tonight at 9/8 Central on the CW.
Ah, yes, Riverdale. It's like someone gave David Lynch a stack of Archie comics and said, go crazy. You know, this show should have been called Archie's Weird Mysteries. If you know, you know. Now, the show, along with any chance of network The CW's survival, ended in 2023 after 7 seasons. And that spin-off I spoke of earlier, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, ran from 2018 to 2020. Fun fact, there was another spin-off of the Archie Comics universe, or ACU, I don't know, that became quite popular. Here's a hint.
Josie and the Pussycats, long tails and ears for hats, guitars and sharps and flats, neat, sweet, a groovy song, you're invited, come along. Hurry, hurry!
Yes, Josie and the Pussycats were actually part of the Archie mythos, first appearing February 1963 in issue number 1 of She's Josie. The animated series aired from 1970 to 1972 before inexplicably being transformed into Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space. No, I am not kidding.
Josie in outer space, Pussycats are on his place. Acting off on another chase, on the Milky Way, when they're grooving, who can say? Cover up your seatbelts, ready to be in orbit. If the stars on a spooky planet, maybe Mars, there's no way of knowing when they're grooving way above the atmosphere, trying to get back to him.
And let's not forget the criminally underrated 2001 live-action feature film of Josie and the Pussycats, starring Rosario Dawson and Rachel Lee Cook.
Come along and take the chase. The Pussycats in outer space. The Pussycats in outer space. Yeah.
Now, will we ever get another adaptation of those small-town teens from mythical Riverdale? I'm glad you asked. In December of 2023, we all got a tremendous gift. A new live-action feature film called The Archies. What? You haven't heard of it? Well, listen to this.
1, 2, 3, go!
लोगों को हंसाना एक आर्ट है डैड. I think there's a real profession in comedy.
भूलना मत अब तुम लंदन में नहीं रिवरडेल में हो.
रिवरडेल को भी याद रखना चाहिए ना कि वेरोनिका is back.
तेरे को सच में रिवरडेल छोड़ने का है?
Imagine if Cliff Richard had not left Lucknow. I could make music that will reach people, music that will ring.
Tomorrow evening, सिर्फ तुम और मैं.
For a date.
I always have fun with you.
Me too. I always have fun with me.
He takes every girl out bets.
बताया जाएगा.
आर्ची और कुत्ते की दुम कभी सीधे नहीं होंगे.
Oh yes, you are hearing correctly. The Archies have gone Bollywood. Why? I have no idea. But if you've always wanted to see what is described as a Indian Hindi language teen musical comedy film, then you are in luck. And in all honesty, this movie is pretty fun. It's good-natured, and of course, the musical numbers are amazing. And you can watch this unique take on the Archies right now on Netflix. Now, there is no doubt that the future will bring even more adaptations of the Riverdale crew. You just can't keep an 80-year-old ginger down.
Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast has just been cleared to land. As we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead bins. We hope you had a safe and enjoyable listening experience. If you have any comments, go to the deepdivepodcast@gmail.com and drop us a line. Any clips used in the podcast are meant for educational purposes only and not to infringe on any existing copyrights. And thanks for flying, an Automaton Studios production.
Did I forget to invite you to the pool party? Well, maybe next year.
On those occasions when you need to make a big splash, there's the Super Soaker 100. It has a powerful air pressure system,
Oh, Buffy!
a range of up to 60 feet. The Super Soaker 100.
It's a water gun of a higher caliber.
Also the 50, or the ultimate, the 200.